Philippine National Police or PNP clarifies President Rodrigo Duterte's order to hunt down heinous crime convicts released due to the Good Conduct Time Allowance or GCTA law.
Yung shoot to kill na sinasabi naman, if they will resist arrest, kung talagang lalaban sila, wala tayong magawa. No? This is a normal police operation.
This comes after Duterte announced on Wednesday night he wanted the released convicts to surrender to the government for a recomputation of their benefits under the measure.
Then I would address myself, yung lahat na kulong at na-release sa batas na ito, 1,700 of you surrender and have yourself registered with the BuCor. I will give you 15 days liberty.
The Justice Department or DOJ puts all the freed convicts on the immigration lookout. The lookout order cannot stop those on the list from leaving the country, but will just alert the government if they try to leave. Justice Secretary Minardo Guevara justifies the order to rearrest freed convicts by citing two cases, where the Supreme Court ordered the rearrest of prisoners previously released on GCTA. But under the current situation, Duterte wants the freed convicts rearrested even without a court order. The Bureau of Corrections or BuCor bypassed the Department of Justice to secure approval for the release orders of convicted Chinese drug lords, convicts in the Chiong sisters' murder case, and rape slay convict Antonio Sanchez. At the Senate hearing on the Good Conduct Time Allowance or GCTA law Thursday, September 5, Senator Ping Lacson presents the paper trail of the release orders of the high-profile convicts. BuCor Legal Chief Frederick Santos says they waived the rule but could not point to any official order of anyone revoking it. At the same hearing, dismissed BuCor Chief Nicanor Fayaldon shows up, saying he is relieved despite being fired.
I'm never been happier than now. Nawala ka ng yok sa balikat.
Fayaldon was supposed to head home to Mindoro earlier, but decided to show up at the last minute. Justice Secretary Minardo Guevara has yet to appoint an officer in charge for BuCor. The Philippine Statistics Authority says prices rose at a much slower pace of 1.7% in August. The latest figure is lower than the 2.4% inflation rate in July and is the lowest since October 2016 when the inflation rate was 1.8%. The August inflation rate is also lower than the government's target range of 2 to 4%. The PSA says the slowdown of inflation is mainly due to the slower annual increase in food and non-alcoholic beverages at 0.6%. Analysts say this downtrend gives the Philippine Central Bank more room to cut interest rates. Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam urges pro-democracy protesters to end their demonstrations Thursday, September 5. In her video message announcing the withdrawal of the extradition bill Wednesday, September 4, Lam calls for a dialogue to address the issues in the semi-autonomous city.
I and my principal officials will reach out to the community to start a direct dialogue. People from all walks of life, with different stances and backgrounds, are invited to share their views and air their grievances. We must find ways to address the discontent in society and to look for solutions.
Some condemned Lam's announcement, saying it was too late. Hong Kong has seen its worst political unrest as millions take to the streets to protest the proposed extradition law that would allow extradition to mainland China. YouTube reports it took down 100,000 videos and 17,000 channels since it instituted new anti-hate policies in early June. Around 500 million comments were also removed. YouTube says this hate speech update is a fundamental shift in their policies. The company employed 10,000 people to detect, review, and remove hate content. The company also says it is currently working on its anti-harassment policy, which will be shared in the coming months.